Yo, welcome in, Tanaka. This is going to be a little bit of an awkward thing, because this is... I'm pretty much going on a hiatus after this. Let's turn on that. Alright. Oh, is that all broken? 90 days. Okay. Well. Alright. So, not quite fully sure where to start this. Actually, give me just a moment here. Just like 30 seconds here. Welcome in, Mishonli. Welcome in, Turtle. I'm just posting on the socials here real quick that I'm live. Okay. Alright. So, I can't really in YouTube Studio do a comparison between like last year and the year before, really, but I can switch it to Lifetime and you guys can just see that some stuff happened here if this will load in. Yeah, so like peak area was December of last year. And then since then it's like we kind of everything tried and then just never recovered after part of it was a little bit of the switch to Twitch, just because this we got about 400 hours. I actually got about 400 hours. I got to like 2,600 hours, and then everything just slammed to a halt. But like content wise, like that's just all the Twitch VODs basically here. Alright, let's look here for live. Alright, so let's increase this. I know this is a very awkward stream. I'm not quite sure how I wanted to go about doing this, but I just wanted just openly live talk about some of this stuff and where I think I might have gone wrong, what I think I might have done right a little bit. Alright, so yeah, January I think is where things started to take a turn, because this Animal Crossing stream, I think that was great. That was one of the last few streams that I say yeah, we were doing really well, because we were getting 90 something, well 80 to 90 on Genshin constantly. Granted, some of the view counts were a little offset by how long I was doing. But it was then this. I honestly think Fortnite was probably a mistake in a way. Just because it really it started to derail stuff in the algorithm, but Genshin started doing okay. I went back to Fortnite. Genshin was still doing okay. Mario Kart, then when the stuff with Jade I think started to happen. Also, I think God of War was a mistake. I think God of War really also was secretly something that, because a lot of people forgot that I played God of War. I think I haven't heard anybody like bring it up in a long time, but I think it is something just because I had something that was age restricted. It kind of killed some stuff. Because then Unite was still doing good. Genshin was still doing good. Unite was okay. I did Fortnite with Jerry, and that was a collab. Unite, once again, was doing really well. And then my chair broke. and my chair broke. God of War, I do kind of... I think that was the game I really should have just done off camera, to be completely honest. Like, my chair broke. I tried to do a little bit of Minecraft stuff. I still tried to do Fortnite. 3 hours 39. I was a little bit like, nah. You're a big inspiration. Oh, I'm not the best person to take inspiration from a lot of time. I'll be bluntly honest there. So like, Minecraft wasn't doing like super well, and also kind of killed that. Also trying to replay Sword, I think might have had an effect in there. I think I just branched out too much in January. Because then you start seeing like, I started going on hiatus because of the thing with Jade that happened. I came back and I tried to do Zelda. I actually never went back to Cadence of Hyrule because I thought people didn't like it. I think like whenever I've done Zelda, I've always feared that like people just like don't like it because I think it got more views like after. I want to say no, it got... Yeah, it was like the watch time wasn't there, and this was like when I was really starting to look at the watch time. Like, okay, I really need to push, and and to try and get that watch time up because I was looking at it, I was like, okay, I have to try and get monetized before August, and then keep that up, and then just things started to fall apart because like we did more of the Chi-Chi stuff, the doodling, and this is where Genshin also started to just decline out because this is right after the bit with Jade. Well, you still inspired me to start my channel in the first place. Yeah, I don't have any doubt that you'll probably pass me within a year. So, like, between the Gaza stuff and then the suicide stuff that was going on, I think that was really like tail end of January, early February is where like things just, the wheels completely came off. Like I tried to do Tears of the Kingdom, it wasn't really sticking with anybody. Ocarina of Time didn't stick with anybody. Fortnite went down. Genshin went down. Pokemon Day, Genshin kind of tried. Roblox, that was a mistake to stream. A few other people inspired me to play Fortnite with other people and stream it. Minecraft, I tried to go back to Minecraft, wasn't doing well. And we were almost at 700 at this point, and this was March. So you can definitely see like a lot of it has gone down. And then after like a few months, I tried to go back and shiny hunt, and that went abysmal. Like Fortnite went down, went slightly up because I had almost 6 hour stream. Shiny hunting, and I had a few good Fortnite streams, but a lot of it, like Unite and everything like that, just started going downhill. Like Genshin started plummeting, and then I think this was also probably something I do kind of view as a mistake after the first one was Princess Peach Showtime, because there wasn't a whole lot of interest in it. Like Like, I think that was like one of the first things I kind of did. Like, oh, this is new. Let me jump on this, and then it just like the difference between the first and second streams, 3 days and 60 views. And a lot of these like look like the views are like, oh, big, but a lot of it is the watch time. Phasmophobia with Miranda and Chase. I'd love to do that again. Am I bleeding down there again? Probably. Mario Kart. And this is like where I like the watch time was really getting to me, like, because I was paying attention. This stream, like I said, it's an outlier. Because I did the Pichu and also the length. Showdown. There's things just started to tank, like Kingdom Hearts. And a big thing for me is you alone inspired me to play Genshin. I'm glad I could get somebody else to play Genshin. Like, it is a really fun game, and I do actually still play it offline a bit every once in a while. Like, I'll do my dailies and I'll burn through all my resin, but it's just one where it's like I'm worried that people don't really care about it anymore because of how some of these did. But like it was getting pretty shaky as far as like watch time goes. It's like Smash Bros. Like, people were telling me, it's like, oh, you should do more like community nights and stuff like that. A weed whacker, oof. But I was trying to push more into the Genshin story, and which was something that I had always wanted to just keep streaming, to do more of the Genshin story, but a lot of the appeal that Genshin had, and this is something that I did kind of realize when I started to not let other people into my world, was for the implement, is like, people are there to help you at first, that way they can then just take everything from your world. And it was getting to a point where I'd start stream and like I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna go and do story, and then I'd get like 2 or 3 people like, hey, let me in, and then it's like, okay, well, I can't do story if I have somebody else here. And I really love Genshin for its story, like, to be completely honest. So immediately having to constantly put story on the back burner times, it really did hurt. And I did try to get a little bit like clickbaity to try and get like the hours in. You try to draw Venti. Let me try. Am I trying? It's always something to improve upon. But it's like, and then I had stuff at work starting to happen. That's why it's like you've got blowing off steam. I started reusing some thumbnails again. And then May, I really came close to just throwing in the towel completely, just because the watch time just plummeted, and then like everything was looking bad. Like I lost a lot of confidence because I also snapped at somebody like not too long before this. And I leaned more into Fortnite just because Mario Kart once again just didn't do well. I think I did a 3-hour just talking stream at one point. It's like the drawing streams, I know they won't do well, but Unite started not doing well. I tried Power Wash Simulator, that didn't really do well. Shiny Hunting, okay. Wuthering Waves, oh my god, I tried to jump on that because everyone was saying like, oh, it's gonna be the next Genshin. I don't think anybody really was wanting me to stream Wuthering Waves. So after like the third one, like I've touched the game maybe like 2 or 3 times since then, to be completely honest. Mario, but like then it was like Fortnite went down. I did help Asteroid. I forgot that I actually helped Asteroid. I actually did help Asteroid on a video that got 12,000 views. At least the stream did. How much did the video actually do? I don't. Okay, almost 200k views on that video. That was fun. He hasn't spoken to me since though. Didn't catch on to the Wuthering Waves. Yeah, well, Wuthering Waves didn't. Nobody really came out for Wuthering. Out of anything I've done is like Wuthering's like, yeah, it was probably like one of the biggest mistakes of last year. But welcome in Turtles. It's like Fortnite started declining. And I really lost a whole lot of confidence, especially and then it was like, I think this was around the time where I also starting to push more into Twitch, because I realized I wasn't with how low the watch time was getting, which I really wish I could you have a thing here for watch time. It was going down so hard, and so it was. I realized at that moment, it's like, okay, if I switch to Twitch, I can probably try and push on there. So I did. That's why it's like you see June, and then it's immediately July 2nd, and then 27 days later. And then I tried to do Echoes of Wisdom, which also kind of didn't do very well. The Genshin stream on my birthday did alright. I think that's just because it was a birthday stream. Went back to trying to do the Torterra raids, and but one year of playing Genshin, that didn't do very good. The tier list did actually surprisingly well, kind of, but not viewer retention wise, since people are usually clicking off of these. Are you cosplaying at Comic-Con? It's gonna depend on finances, because I also have a trip to Hawaii later this year. So if I do go, I'll probably try and go if I can find a Nuvolet cosplay that fits. I'll probably try and go as Nuvolet. But also, shiny hunting didn't really do so well. It's like there's a lot of these where it's like especially ones where like I'm having fun, and it's usually like I'll have moments in some of these streams where I'm having fun, but there got to a point like a lot of times where I just felt like I was just playing for the sake of streaming. Like I had fun the first time I did Marvel Rivals with LPR, but then after that it's like I just. And, like, you can tell, like, I wasn't really into it, especially lately. It's like, this, I kind of probably should have done something different. Christmas stream could have been a little bit better. Hawaii, yeah. It's gonna be a family trip. Because we're going for one of my dad's buddies who in the Navy is retiring, so his retirement ceremony is going to be aboard the USS Missouri. So, yeah, not the same one though. Yeah, so that's at least on the live stream side. Like we've done over 100 streams, I think, this year or something like that. But just tail end of January is like, that's where things like really crumbled, because like, you see a lot of the double digit like view counts like from last year, and then this year it's engagements down across the board, for the most part. Shorts though, shorts are very awkward this year. Like the Fortnite shorts, like I'm hitting like 400 to 500 per short. But there's also lots of times where I'll upload a short, there'll be like 5 dislikes on it, and then a few hours later, like the dislikes are gone. So it's like shorts. It's like there's. I feel like some of it's like inconsistent, especially on how the algorithm works on some of them, but. Got back from the Bahamas. Nice. Texas Massive. Yeah, golf. I mean, the golf is still pretty nice. But I also know it's like every few months I get to the point where it's like I'm thinking about just like quitting. But like a lot of the Twitch VODs, it's like I know they're not going to get rewatched as much. Like this is pretty much going to be like used for my own stuff later on if I decide to edit some of this stuff down, which I think is going to start with the Legends Arceus Rock type only run, which I need to actually finish at some point. But it's like, you know, even the times that I have gone live like over on Twitch, because like Twitch analytics is gonna switch a little bit differently. But something I thought would do a lot better, I'm gonna be completely honest, was Honkai Star Rail, because everybody like, and this was okay. I'm gonna be blatantly honest here for a moment. Honkai was my attempt to try and draw people back in. Is why I just dropped Honkai out of nowhere. Like, just a raw file. I dropped it out of nowhere because I was scrambling because, you know, I tied a lot of my self-worth to how I was doing in-game, like, on streaming. And with everything that was starting to, like, just go down, like, I was like, okay, I need to put out something to get people's attention back in. So I put Honkai Star Rail out there. And then it bombed. Like, the shorts that I did off of Honkai did better. I think, where was... Yeah, like, the short for Honkai, the one short I got out of it did better than Honkai itself. Is Elden Ring canceled for now? Yeah, probably. Just because Elden Ring, I was kind of roping in the same bit as Honkai. Like, it was gonna be an attempt to try and like re-garner interest in the channel. Because if you notice, like, one thing, like, hang on a second, where's... So, if you look at, like, Smash Bros, I was having my most fun. If you can remember when I was playing Smash Bros, there was a lot of it where I stopped playing Smash and I started commentating. I was having a lot of fun commentating my viewers playing Smash Bros rather than playing it myself, because like I'm not good at these games. So I like that was one of the ones where it's like, as somebody who is not good at games, you know, it's one where it's like games a lot of times, like Fortnite, I can kind of get away with it. Because I can goof off a little bit in Fortnite, and that's completely fine. And Fortnite's a game where you can't goof off in. Marvel Rivals is not. So, with Marvel Rivals, I have seen, like, there's been a couple times where, like, I've played on stream and I've done a couple games off stream, and I am constantly, even, like, if you were there for the other night when I was streaming Marvel Rivals Jerry, it got to a point where, like, even other people on my team were snapping at me over it, like, you know, I needed to switch and play different characters, everything like that. Like, and there's been times, like, where I just get so incredibly frustrated with myself for not doing better. And it's not like, oh, I need practice. No, it's like sometimes there is practice, and there's sometimes just having that innate skill and reaction time to handle some of these games. I don't have that. That's why it was like Fortnite. I play zero build. One, because it's less stress on me, because I can't like build an entire 5-story tower in 2 seconds like some people can in Fortnite. But there's easier to like goof off and on some bits. Like, yeah, with Fortnite, it's like, yes, there can be some goofing off, but a lot of times it's like I still like playing together as a team. And that's, it's a battle royale. It's not that, the 6v6 objectives where people are actively calling each other names and pointing and just dogging on each other after matches. And I'm noticing a lot of that with Marvel Rivals, and it's not really something that, for my own mental health, I can really handle. I will say I did love playing mini golf. Like that. That was really fun. Except for, I think halfway through that last map we did, I was like, I think nobody was having fun there. Yeah, so being told, no, you have to play Marvel Rivals was probably one of the worst things that could have happened recently. But it's like a lot of things that I got passionate about, just they didn't pull anybody in, or they would pull them in just briefly and then it wouldn't afflict anything. And it's like, and I said a little bit about it on Discord, was that, I always would try to cater to my viewers, because I felt like as a small channel, I am obligated to do whatever my viewers want, because they're the ones who got me here, and if without them, I wouldn't be where I was. And it's been told to me plenty of times, and I'm just starting to finally clue into it, that it's my damn channel, I can do what I want. But it's like there's a lot of things I'd get excited for, and then just it just they just flopped. I tried streaming Genshin over on Twitch, which actually, hang on a second, let me see if I can actually pull up my Twitch analytics here. Because, and Twitch is like a whole nother category of needing to get talked about, because, they're... Okay. Okay, so you can definitely see that there is some stuff that happened here. Yo, welcome in, Derek. Hope you're alright, my man. We'll see here. So, I actually did get my first paycheck from Twitch, right? Which immediately went towards Christmas shopping. But we got monetized, right? We were doing very well for a while there. But one of the things that really dissuaded me from and still like kind of trying to keep up more on the Twitch stuff, is as soon as I got ads, I had my viewers were complaining that I had ads all of a sudden. Like, that's kind of how I would get paid, was getting the Twitch ads. And I was only running 3 minutes per hour, and that's because for every 30 seconds you have ads per hour, you get 10 minutes without pre-roll. So I was trying to set it up to where I had the 3 minutes of ads per hour, so that way I didn't have the pre-rolls. And it was less. The ads was less than if you're watching a TV show for 30 minutes. Because if you have a 30-minute TV program in the US, you get 8 minutes of ads in there. I was running less than that per half hour, and people were either complaining and leaving because I had ads, or they'd tell me to my face that they were using ad blocker, which meant I wasn't getting any ad revenue from that. He's like, I tried to push out and say like, hey, I got, Twitch Prime, this, so that way you can, you can get out, you can watch this ad free, or it's like $6. It used to be like $6 a month. Yeah, that. See, here's the thing with the number should mean nothing. I'm trying to make this my job. Is essentially what it comes down to for my own mental health of dealing with the public. I know probably at least right where I'm at right now. Working with the public, especially in these next 4 years, with the political situation in the U.S., is not going to be good, very healthy for me. Because I also am still kind of scarred from my last job that I left 3 years ago, which was absolute hell. That, I know for my tendencies, it's probably best for me to be my own boss and own my own time. And I love playing games. I like playing games for, my own enjoyment sometimes, although it's gotten less because, it started feeling a little bit like a chore. And I kept having to chase, like, all right, what are people watching consistently for hours and hours on end? And that became a running thing. But there have been people who have taken advantage of me in like the last year and a half. And honestly, I am extremely manipulatable, which is something that I do want to stop in the future here, but though some ads on people's channels are outrageous, yeah. I'm so glad I typed in the YouTube search bar Fortnite Live with viewers and wouldn't be able to find you or other amazing gamers, so I can say YouTube changed my life. Oh, I don't care if you have ads, it's fine. Yeah, so yeah, it's like the ads, like I was so over the moon to actually get affiliate, and then just to have it get thrown back in my face. Like especially by like some people who were there, being supportive of the rush to affiliate, and then all of a sudden it was like once I had the ads, it was like boom, take off the ads. All this is like, how the hell am I gonna get paid? Because hang on a second, let me go down. I'll show you something here. Where is it? My Stand Alerts dashboard. Okay, log in. Okay. So, I have been trying to make this financially feasible to the point where I was having sound alerts for 5 bits, which is equivalently 5 cents. Or like 10 cents. Like, I was putting some of these that low to try and make money, and it didn't work. At one point I had 8 subs or like 9 subs on Twitch, and then that all went kaput. But you can definitely see like the growth kind of like just stops. Like, and some of that is like, yeah, I kind of backed off a little bit because, I was also getting told that like, hey, you need to not stream as long because that's affecting your viewership, and that's why people aren't watching, is because your streams are super long. So, a lot of this has been also like trying to cater to viewers to try and get people to watch, and a lot of it is just destroyed. For lack of better terms, like it's definitely ruined a lot of fun I've had through all this. I wanted to meet people better than me in Smash Bros, and then you and the viewers are way better, which made my ego go way down. Yeah, and that's the thing, Bri, is that a lot of the big streamers would do like 6 hours and stuff like that. I don't have that kind of time because I am live usually super late at night here. I'm only live right now rather than starting in like 20 minutes because I got off an hour earlier. But it's like I try to tone down the hours, and I know that does affect the view count a little bit, but it was honestly concurrent is a lot of where I look at too. And like I said, I wish there was a filter here so that way it could show concurrent in the watch time, but it's like everything started going down. I got so wrapped up in that. Take the ads off. Were they saying something like, God, ads are so annoying? Yeah, it was both. So and like I know streams like where I do the mobile streaming aren't gonna do well, obviously. Actually, hang on a second. You guys can't see the like ratio here. Let me move that like right over here. God, I'd love to actually like do a playthrough of Breath of the Wild here on the channel. I actually might do that eventually, but it's like it was getting to a point where like people were actively going and starting to dislike on streams, and like that notices. Like I know it's like everyone's like, oh, you got 5 likes. I'm looking more at those like 2 dislikes, and I'm giving like a lot of power to that negativity. Yeah, there's been a lot of negativity a lot of times, and like when I get the dislikes, like that weighs more heavily in my mind than the likes, to be completely honest. So like that's, but I think like God of War, Wuthering Waves, Power Wash, like I think those were all like pretty big mistakes content wise to try and do stuff. Why you're a good dude? I am notoriously somebody who will try and please everybody a lot of the time. And so, you know, as somebody whose job is to please every customer who walks in and orders something, at my last job where I worked at Taco Bell for over 4 years, and my current job where I work in a deli for 3 years, my job is to make the customer happy. And if the customer's not happy, I'm not doing my job. And my last job, my boss would constantly belittle me for stuff like that. So that has affected a lot of my outlook on some of this stuff. And like, I know I need counseling. Okay, like don't, like I hear that so much. I know I need it. I know I need to look into it around here. I need to call Kaiser and figure out like, all right, who's covered in the area that I can do this with. I'm gonna be frank, Z. My old boss was a cunt. She's one of the 2 people I will ever use that word on. But it's like it was getting to a point where it's like some things I was just like I'd look at some of these like dislike ratios or the low likes, and I'd be like, but you know, I also got worried that people weren't watching because the streams were super long. Yeah, so Z, it was even a point where my old boss, when I was at Taco Bell, blatantly told me that I would not be allowed to ever call out sick. She would come to my house and drag me to work, and then make a good judgment call later if I was actually sick enough to go home. She told me she wouldn't accept me calling out for weather, that I would be expected to, if we had, because there was one point where we had 2 feet of snow on the ground, right? We were forecast to get 2 feet. She told me, you better be here on time. I don't care if you have to walk in. You better be here on time in a uniform. That's illegal, actually, in your state. Oh, yeah, but here's the thing. She could say whatever she wanted to. If you, like, she would cut my hours because of labor when she was just irritated with me. And I knew, even, because, like, the last 6 months, I was a manager there. So I blatantly knew it wasn't labor because, you know what? I was doing the fucking numbers in the morning and getting the labor report. I was held late constantly. You know, there was times I was having to skip breaks. It was not a healthy place to work, and it's really affected my outlook on a lot of life, especially on, you know, trying to please everybody. Because that was something that she kind of beat in my head. Was that if I wasn't making everybody happy, then I wasn't doing my job. And if I wasn't doing my job, then I wasn't worth as much of as a person. Also, welcome in Chunky. But, you know, it's between, you know, I don't want to, like, also just say, like, bullying when I was in school also affected and why I'm always negative on myself, too. It's like, if in case you guys haven't realized, there's a lot of times I'll call myself, like, trash or, like, the worst at something. And that's also, you know, that's also a little bit of that in there. But, like, last year, I think there was a lot more fun I had last year. Or not by last year, I mean, like, 2023. Like, because we were having fun. Like, Navi was really fun to you around that time. Nobody remembers the Apex stream. I'm really glad that nobody has asked me to play Apex since, because I don't think I'd enjoy it. You should have reported her to the GM unless she was the GM. She was the store manager, yeah. So, yeah, she was the GM. But yeah, it's like, I was really loving Genshin, and then I got worried because, like, you know, when I got my PC, right, I kind of built myself originally off of Pokemon. So, like, this was the first stream I did with my PC, was the Shiny Hunting Iron Valiant. And I already had a lot of Iron Valiant. Till the owner of the store, she was friends with the owner. So, it's like, I know these first few streams, they didn't really quite get the ball rolling. Fire Emblem, I'm honestly probably gonna, at some point, stream Fire Emblem again. 3 Houses. Internet went out. Mewtwo Raid is where things really started going off. And then, like, the Mario Kart and Shiny Hunting is where I started. Like, I've tried to do Zelda. I've tried. But I always worry is, like, people don't like it. So, you know, the Shiny Hunting definitely was where I started to build stuff. Right? You know, because for a while I was a Shiny Hunter. That's how we met Lawpack Rips. Is I did a lot of Pokemon stuff. That was an IRL stream from outside the Seattle Aquarium. You know, it's like I built up for a bit on you know, the Shiny Hunting and some Mario Kart. I really am interested in possibly going back and trying to finish off the Permadeath challenge for Zelda. But it kind of fell off a little bit. Like, Shiny Hunting was still doing really good. It was pulling a lot of watch time. Zelda wasn't. Phasmo kind of fell off too. Jay, you're back at 800, by the way. Probably not for very much longer. It'll probably go off, probably fall away. Necrobarista. I wanted to continue Necrobarista. I'll be flat out honest. This was one of the more disappointing reactions I had from my community, especially back then. It's because it was a visual novel, and so when people were coming to me and telling me in the chat like, "Oh, this game's boring, I'm gonna leave," that was a dagger. And so I did kind of experiment around Halloween, right? I went back to do more of the Pokemon stuff, Pokemon Unite. We had the weird Hearts of Iron 4 stream, and then Genshin happened. Genshin changed this channel forever. So between shiny hunting and Genshin, that's a lot of where my audience, I feel like, is built on. Like, I'm not quite sure, like, how many people came from Fortnite and stuck around. And I've actually, like, pruned my Epic Friends list, like, twice now. And I actually just recently pruned my Genshin friends list, but it's like, I very much enjoyed playing Genshin until it got to the parts where I found out that I was being used on some of it. Speaking of which, eventually I'm gonna replace my chair, so there will be another chair building stream in the future. Play when you want to when you get back from hiatus. Yeah, I might, because Necrobeast is a game that I had originally seen at PAX a few years ago. Cause like, yeah, I think it was actually like, I want to say 2017 or 2018. Is when PAX was big. Oh yeah, I got disqualified from that world record. I'm shocked that this Farina video, though, is doing really well. It is definitely not for me, but I'm glad it brought you success. Oh yeah, it's definitely a lot of fun. And so it's like, I know it's like, shiny hunting is one of those where it's easier for me to do it when there's people in chat. I hate to, you gotta head to bed, bro. See you around. Bye, Tortles. Have a good time. So, and this is just like, in general, for a lot of streaming and gaming, and well, particularly streaming here on YouTube or Twitch, it's a lot easier for me to continue to do that sort of stuff when there's somebody in chat that I can talk to a lot of times, because otherwise it's kind of like I don't know how to handle just talking by myself constantly. Like, even now, there's a lot of times, like, I'm looking over my chat and trying to, like, I'm trying to read and everything like that. But, yeah, I guess you guys can also, like, see, like, some of the older stuff that I've done that, you know, you can't see anymore. But it's, like, there was also a time when it's, like, I guess we can also, like, peel back like this. Like, we're around getting that same time. I'm just like, But it's like, you can see, like, in the last year, there's, what, 2 things from here in the last, like, year and a half. I do want to remake this video. I probably will at some point. But I've always struggled with trying to keep myself happy and my audience happy. It's like, it's not something that I've done very well with, I think. Because, like, I want you guys to enjoy the concept, but I also want to be able to enjoy my own stuff. And there's a lot of times where I feel like I'm selfish if I just start just doing whatever I want. You know, that's why I was doing the poll so often. You know, it's like, I was, like, trying to dangle Kingdom Hearts, like, please watch my stuff, so that way, and this was also, so, it's like, I will have to probably go back and redo Kingdom Hearts at some point, but I'll have to do it with the controller. Well, it's easier for me to be happy when you're happy. Yeah, you gotta find that medium between what you like and what your audience likes. Yeah, because, like, and it's gonna be, like, a lot of times probably where it's gonna be, like, if I'm playing Fortnite, I'm gonna start playing by myself sometimes, because there are sometimes, you know, that I do get frustrated with my viewers. Please do it with controller, and preferably have me or Jerry around. Yeah, trying to do that on keyboard and mouse is absolute hell. And I won't do that again. But it's also one where it's like, I don't know if I will get back to it, like, on stream or something. I'd love to go back and actually, you know, start doing Zelda again. Because I was really enjoying, like, I've been so tempted to go and finish Echoes of Wisdom off camera, away from stream. But I was so worried. It's like, I started on stream. I should finish it on stream. And then, you know, it was kind of also the where it got super awkward trying to commentate when nobody was like around. If I were to ever stream Fortnite, my idea was to write down people who can play and not be dicks. Yeah, and it's like there's a lot of times when like, and I realized like I've started to just like take verbal shots at some bits on Fortnite, and I feel like a bit of an asshole, but I also feel justified in it when I'm saying like, hey, play, you know, if you're on the team, we're trying to play as a team, why are you on halfway across the map? But, you know, I do enjoy Fortnite. I don't do as well at Fortnite, I think, a lot of times when I'm playing on a team, like, to be completely honest. I think there's a lot of times where I am playing Fortnite and I'm doing better in solos. Charlie, you're not the main offender there. Yeah, you're gonna have to take that up with YouTube, Galactic. I don't know what's going on there. But, you know, I want to get back to enjoying games again. And that's going to definitely be something that's going to be a challenge, kind of, a little bit. Because, like I say, is finding that balancing act between what I want to play and what my audience likes. And I do want to try and find something here in a last ditch on a... Let me see if I can actually log in here again, or at least pull it up here. So, secretly, YouTube is not my most successful platform, except for on, like, follower stuff. It's TikTok. My TikTok is my most successful platform for views. And it's because of Fire Emblem and Tears of the Kingdom. Two games that do shit for me on YouTube. For some godforsaken reason, you know, so in case you guys haven't noticed from the sweater I'm wearing, I love Fire Emblem Three Houses. Matter of fact, my favorite character is Bernadetta von Varley in that game. So I made a lot of TikToks about Bernie just one-shotting enemies on maps. It's still, like, if I go to my inbox here, a lot of them is still the Bernie stuff, the Bernadetta stuff that is doing really well. And then the Zelda stuff, which, for Tears of the Kingdom, which was, I did not expect to do what it did, is just the amount of people clowning on me for not dodging. And then it's like, I try to do Unite stuff, and it wasn't really doing a whole lot, unlike the Zelda stuff, which, you know, thousands of views in most cases there. Like, thousands. But, you know, Fire Emblem was doing really well. A couple of the Pokemon ones did also really well, but it was like definitely Zelda and Fire Emblem. Three Houses. So it's like, I'm probably gonna at some point download the TikToks, and I'll just make a compilation, probably like for the games, and I'll re-upload it like that. You think you followed my TikTok? Cool. I don't really use it as much, and I need to get back in using it if it isn't going to be banned. But I am probably going to try and like re-upload those as a video. But I will say, like, even lately on Twitch, it's like the Celesta stream that I did for hitting 125 followers on Twitch, or it's like 120. I was crushed that did as well, like as bad as it did. Like nobody in chat and everything like that. And I know it's like I can't always count on people to be in chat, but I know it sounds like I'm whining and complaining a lot when on some of this where I'm talking about it. Yeah, when it's oh yeah, like TikTok staying power is amazing for algorithm traction, because like I think I actually I think if I actually go I think it might be the Bernadetta. Yeah, I have the top video for hashtag Bernadetta on TikTok. I am the Bernie King. Like, let's see. So there's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 80, 85, 90. At one point, I would think I had one in the top 100 on view count for Fire Emblem Three Houses. Maybe? Okay, yeah, so for hashtag Fire Emblem, for FE3H, which was Fire Emblem Three Houses, look at that! Look at that! Look who has the 9th, or, well, the 10th most popular video. It's me. For some reason, it's me. I still want to make an edit. That takes a whole bunch of time. It gets like 300 views. Oh, that's definitely how it feels a lot of times. Like there's times where I've had shorts where I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be funny. This is gonna be great. And then it just like flops. Like when I was ranting about Child's Vision, I thought that would do better. Finally getting to Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, I thought that'd be better. I really thought this moment would have taken off. It didn't. Like, algorithms, like, and there's a lot of times where it's like, especially when I get super proud of something, and then, like, it doesn't do well. It's like, I know it sounds, like I said, I know it sounds like I'm whining a lot and pissing and bitching and moaning that, you know, my stuff's not more popular or everything like that. But it's like, you know, and sometimes it's like I need to vent my frustrations on some things rather than just constantly keep bottling things up. Because there are sometimes like posts will just take off for no freaking reason. Like, I think I had a poll at one point that ended up getting like a few hundred, like, votes or something like that. And it was just like months afterwards I realized it. And I was like, what the fuck? But it's like, there's a lot of times where it's like, I really want things to do well. You know, because I want you guys to enjoy the streams. I also want to enjoy the streams. But I think, like, as a whole, I think last year definitely, it was really fumbled. And I lost a lot of confidence. And I don't know if it's just because I, like, ignored my original base a bit, which was Pokemon and then Genshin Impact. And then I started playing Fortnite, which algorithmically didn't mesh well. I also stopped playing like the Mario Kart and stuff like that because, you know, I would say like, hey, I'm going live with Mario Kart like tomorrow or whatever, and then it'd be like 50 minutes. I'd be sitting there having to just try and carry a stream solo before I'd have like anybody join the lobby, and that is one of the hardest things. So I don't know if it's like if a schedule would better work with people if I like actually like planned out my streams for like a week ahead of time, or if just doing like what I do right now, like the guerrilla, like, hey, we're just gonna, you know, like I just on Discord, like, hey, I'm doing this in like an hour, get ready. Last TikTok edit got like 6.2k views for no reason. Isn't even good. Yeah, so you know, I definitely have like ideas that I'd love to do in the future. But one thing I do want to talk about is in fact the Twitch. So you know, I got affiliate, right? But I feel like the rebrand and becoming the PNG tuber, I don't think that really went over well with my audience. To be completely fair, it's like it's been something I've wanted to do for years. Like ever since I started seeing VTubers become more popular, you know, you had Jaden Animations, Amelie, Emmy Richu, all became VTubers. They were people I had watched for years, and it just seemed like such a good idea. Because there's a lot of times where I worry about putting my face on a camera, because like there are times where like I can do a stream with no camera, and it does very well. And then as soon as I put my face on screen, I feel like some things just don't do nearly as well. So, in that aspect, VTubing really speaks to me on I can look like however I want, and I can just go about my business. You know, I can still entertain people. You know, it's easier to, you know, show other people on stream without having to like link up to somebody's camera through some other loopholes or anything like that. It's one where it's like I want to do it. I don't have the money to get my model rigged right now. I might, like, if I have the spare funds at some point in the year, I might recommission Chase to do it from the front. So that way it's easier to find somebody who could rig it, because right now it's from the side. But it's like I worry that the rebrand is something that people, other than just the ads, I feel like didn't really like. But like I can also tell it's like people aren't clicking on like any of the go live notifications anymore, and I get that. It's like, one, because it's also the time I go live at night. What the heck did Nigeria get on there? And you know, shout out to Z though, because I think Z's the only person who has actually clipped anything. I want to say Z is the clipper. Yeah, Z is my one clipper. Shout out to Z. But it's like I always worried, it's like with you guys, that it was like it wasn't well received to just turn my Twitch into the PNG tubing, and I probably should have done that separately. I feel like is something that that should have happened. So I've actually talked with Galactic about some of the stuff. It's like right now YouTube does not care about the mid-sized streamers, which is kind of in the area where I'm at right now. It's like they're pushing a lot for like the people who are established, and then the people who like just started right now, apparently. So that's why it's like the people in the middle right now are kind of stuck in limbo, and so even to the point where it's like Loudpack Rips has even told me, it's like, yeah, he's even kind of stuck in limbo right now, as far as like algorithm and whatnot. But you know, it's gonna be a bit, because like once I come back from hiatus, like I am going to try not to look at watch time or views. I'll probably be still like I'll have to be looking at concurrent at least to read chat, because I do not have a split screen monitor set up. My computer can't do that. So it's like, unfortunately, like, yes, I am going to still be kind of like paying attention to the analytics side of things, because I don't really have much of an option there, because I can't just like block out the view count. But you know, this is not continuing. I won't lie, I'm probably gonna uninstall Marvel Rivals, just because, one, the toxic, and two, I'm not really good at it, and I don't want to constantly punish myself. And it's like, if I keep it installed, I'll probably play it with like Loudpack Rips or something like that. But yeah, it's like, I don't know if I want to just try to keep to that hour length, because like, it's like my parents have, you know, I love my parents, but my mom has tried to tell me that I need to make my live streams like 15 minutes max, because otherwise people won't watch them. And I'm like, I don't think that's how that's gonna work very well. But she's pointing out, it's like, nobody's watching your stuff now, or like rewatching it back, so why would somebody click on a video that's, 3, almost 4 hours long? Rivals me super fun, but can be frustrating. Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's like just the amount of toxicity I've seen on that game. Like, at this point, just make edited videos. That's actually something that I'm gonna do this year. Is like, I've been talking about, trying to learn how to edit, and I asked around for like, editing softwares. Loudpack Rips Cole has said that he's willing to teach me how to edit on Filmora, and so probably in another week or two, depending on paycheck sizes, I'm probably gonna buy Filmora, and I'm gonna start trying to do the editing, because like, I have ideas, especially for the Legends Arceus Rock type series. Like, I have like looked at things like, okay, when I get to this part, I can play like this music track, and if you watch back those VODs, there's a couple points where I have turned the game music off, and there's a couple times I forgot to turn off, and I wish I did, because like, I want to insert like different music even from if it's not from that game, because I think I like, oh man, like this is definitely gonna fit the mood for the moment here. It's like, for when I get to Volo, right? And this is kind of like a spoiler kind of thingy, because like, I haven't gotten there yet, obviously. I'm not gonna have the battle music going for when I fight Volo, because I want to swap out and put in God Shattering Star in the first part of that Volo battle at the top, because I think battling it out on Spear Pillar against Volo, top of the world, against the guy who wants to destroy it all, playing God Shattering Star from Fire Emblem Three Houses, I think definitely. Oh, there's so I get giddy thinking about some of these things sometimes, to be completely honest. And it's one where it's like, I am probably gonna go back and like script some of that, at least for like editing with voiceover. So, we're gonna make it. I'm hoping to make that like fun, polished, and it's gonna be like my first attempt at like actually doing an edited series. Because, well, like, yeah, compilations would be cool. I also don't have anybody telling me, is like, hey, this was a really great moment from your stream or anything like that. So, yeah, there's definitely cause for concern. It's like with, YouTube, well, I can forget getting monetized on YouTube at this point. But it's like, I'm going to start playing what I want to play more. And I'm sorry if that's not your jam. If you think it's like, oh, no, you need to play Marvel Rivals. Myself and, like, these people voted for it, so you have to play it. When it's like, am I not allowed to change my mind? Because there are times where, like, I'm indecisive, and that's usually when I'll throw up the poll. And then it's like later on, it's like, no, I kind of want to do this. And I've had long talks with Bri and Cole and stuff like that, and Jerry about, like, needing to put myself first, and that's something that I really want to try and do. And I've asked them for help to keep me on that this year. Is that I need to actually start putting myself first more, especially when it comes to my own channel and games I play, because I gotta make sure that I'm happy. But at the same time, like I said, I also want to make sure you guys are still happy and enjoying yourself, and you have, there's still interest for people to come out to streams, because, like I said, it is hard for me. It is definitely hard for me to try and solo commentary when I don't have anybody to bounce off of. Personally, I hate when streamers do polls and stick by them, like it's a necessity to stream, like do your own thing, it's your stream. Yeah, and I will fully acknowledge I am one of those people who a lot of times will do that. And that's just because, like I said, I feel like I'm being selfish, narcissistic, and self-absorbed and stuff like that if I just do only what I want to do. And it's like, because, I've been told, it's like, oh, if you don't make everybody happy, you're not a good person, you're not doing your job. So that's kind of a bit of what happened for the last year and a half. But I also do want to kind of step up my thumbnail game a little bit. Yeah, I probably could have dropped the charts there, but I really do like where I'm doing this blended, like, half and half stuff. Like, I think that's kind of working out pretty well, all things considered. Make thumbnails and they were okay. Oh, I mean, if we want to really, like... we really want to talk about my old thumbnails. Oh, those were horrible. That was so bad. Like, this was all when I was streaming on a Kindle. Like the original live streams here. On a Kindle Fire, yep. And I still have that Kindle. Oh, these were bad. This was the only time I actually used emulators, and I've given up on using emulators. I don't want to do that anymore. Oh, this was my first Roblox stream. I used to even try and wear wigs on live streams. Holy chopped. Yeah, exactly. I've been using TextCraft for years. Hilariously, Pokestar actually has videos of that PNG of me. I don't remember how I got that PNG. But, like, my streams would just cut out so often. And then I did, like, the just talking for a while. So this is just, like, beyond 24 now. This is, like, a peek back at, like, when I was starting to, like, trying to originally stream consistently. Because, like, I was going through rough times during this. I tried to do FNAF at one point. I will not do that again. Went live at SoccerCon. But, like, I've always been hard on myself because, and then my brother, for a little bit let me stream on his PC, which was cool. I tried to do the pack opening streams at one point too. But Phasmo used to be a game that I also did a lot. Space Otter Charlie. Oh man. That's the only time I've ever actually gotten a game early from a company. Choose a different character for the Comic-Con you're going to. You've got time, hopefully. Oh yeah, I did do Nier Automata. I totally forgot I did Nier. Did a bunch of Phasmo, and this is technically the first bit of PC, and then, you know, we started getting to the current age. Just focus on taking care of yourself. Yeah, I'm gonna try. If others aren't gonna be happy about it, I'm sorry, not sorry at this point, because like I need to start actually liking my own stuff again. But it's like there might be a couple times where like I will bounce ideas off for you know, ideas off my audience to see hey if they get well received. But there's probably gonna be days where I just, you know, I'm just gonna do stuff offline, or you know. It'll be damned if people show up or not at this point. It's like I still want to be able to make this my eventual full-time job, but I am so far away from that. But you know, I think at least collab wise, oh gosh, where's my collabs playlist? Oh yeah. So yeah, like we've definitely collabed a few times in the last year or so. Definitely with Loudpack Rips. We've done it twice with Jerry, Asteroid, Miranda, and Chase, Cat. A shy kid who wants to play Demogod flirts with every girl he sees, even if they're trying to kill him. Probably not happening. But yeah, definitely I think later this year there's gonna be a lot less of chasing the carrot, basically. It's like I'm gonna hopefully just start doing what I want to do, you know. It's like I'm sorry if like people's favorite game isn't gonna show up nearly as often. But it's like I want to enjoy gaming again, other than just playing Hearts of Iron 4 with cheats whenever I'm feeling super depressed, because like I'm worried it's like, oh, I'm not giving my, you know, I'm not putting out content. You know, it's like Fortnite. It's like there are times where it's like, you know, I'm playing it like off camera. Like I really should be streaming this. Like, you know, people are gonna feel like they're owed their content, you know, or else they're gonna unsubscribe. And I'm just like, you know, crap. Even like with Genshin, it's like I'm afraid to do a lot of quests in there because I'm like afraid that people are gonna unsubscribe if they find out like, oh, you did this quest and you didn't stream it. It's like, I'm also gonna try to start becoming more regular since I truly vibe with you, man. There's a lot of streamers who I've fallen out with, but I always feel relaxed around your streams. Thank you. It's like I'm socially awkward. That's probably why. Don't want me to start trying to flirt with. Yeah, especially for cons, Turtle. Like, don't go flirting with people. That, as somebody who goes to a con every year, it's like that's not good convention etiquette. it can actually get you kicked out of conventions. A show for the streamer in the game is always a bonus. Yeah, it's like, and I want to branch out. I want to also, like, you know, start meeting more other streamers and doing more stuff. Just, like I said, getting more involved, because, like, there's a lot of times I also worry, and this is why I also don't, like, ask a lot of other people for collabs, especially, like, people who are larger than me, is because I feel like I'm too negative on myself. Or I have nothing of value to contribute to their streams or their brand, their channel. Or the fact that, like, I think I just, like, annoy them. And a lot of times lately, it's like people who when I started the channel, things like, oh yeah, you know, I could collab with, are now, like, way up above, or, like, they're so far, you know, past me. And I'm like, oh, like, you know, Tobin, short-tempered. I remember finding him when he had just over my sub count, my current sub count. You know, Nintendo, when he had 10k on his old account, is around the time where I found him. Now they're, like, way above, and also I feel like a lot of times, like, I make them uncomfortable. It's like, even, like, King Corefish, and even to, and like I say, I don't think Jerry actually watches my content, so I can kind of say, there's just times I worry, like, I annoy Jerry to the point where he doesn't want to talk to me, or, like, do any of the collab stuff. So, like, I was shocked that he, kind of, like, surprised that he actually wanted to do golf with friends. It was like 25k. Yeah, he's down at 24.7 now, because a lot of the people who were just coming for the Fortnite giveaways are leaving. But he's definitely, yeah. Cole's a good friend of the channel. He's a good friend of mine and a good friend of the channel. I'm glad we met each other from rating each other. And he's actually one of the people I talked to when he's a few weeks ago, because I just, you know, it's been like over a month where I've been thinking, it's like, I need to go on hiatus. To be honest, it's been well over a month, because there's so many times I was looking at this, and I have been so hard on myself lately about trying to make this successful. And when I kept seeing that, it's like the concurrent kept going down, the retention kept going down, and it's like it was breaking me inside, and it's still kind of broken me inside a little bit, because I feel like I'm failing my viewers, like the people who subscribed, like they're not getting what they were promised, or, you know, what they thought they were getting. And that's honestly been very hard on me. And then, you know, you get this occasional, like, the problematic viewers, and like I said, like, I look at a dislike more heavily impacting me than a like. So it's gotten to the point where I'm needing to take this break for myself. And not only just for myself, but also so that way you guys are getting better stuff. Because, like, right now, my layout is a mess on stream. Everybody else, pretty much, they have the stream overlays. I need to look at finding a way to get a free one. Because, like, this is not flying. This layout here, you know, as pretty as Soldeck Falls or Mount Rainier is, it's like, I don't think it's gonna keep people attracted to the channel and the content. Place he's great, by ever since he started doing the fusion shorts, in my opinion, he seemed like he wasn't passionate with this anymore. Yeah, and that was actually something that we actually talked about, him and I. It was like, he started not having fun with them, because he said that it started to feel a little bit more like a chore. So he's like, analytically it was doing great, but then it's like he didn't like the content he was putting out, and that's where I'm at a lot of the time. It's like, I feel like the quality of my content is not great. Like, I can put out the quantity. Like, don't get me wrong. It's like, I can come out, I can crank out an hour stream every night if I really were to go and do so. But I don't think it's conducive for my own mental health is to just keep doing it over and over and over and over again. But, like, yeah, I've put out 3 videos this year. I mean, me and Jerry haven't talked in a while either, which helped. Yeah, I'm just Fall Guys. Yeah, it's like he might do that again. Fall Guys is like, it is one of those competitive things where it's like it's not really my cup of tea a lot of the time. But yeah, it's like Cole's a great guy. Like, we're still gonna do stuff with Cole in the future. It's like him and I have had the talks. Like, we're probably still gonna play Fortnite together. Like, even if I'm not streaming on my channel, I might be on his. Probably there's gonna be Pokemon stuff that we're gonna do. Phasmophobia. There's a whole bunch of games that he and I have talked about, and we're looking at like, all right, let's do it. Yeah, and that's what I know. It's like, and that's something I've accepted. Is like a lot of people have fallen out with my own streams. Like, there's a lot of people who, like, I can recognize in the Discord, like, from when I first started doing Genshin, who aren't around anymore. And it's like I know it's gonna be hard to keep a community engaged a lot of time, because like, I know everybody has their own life. That's why I said I hate that. Sounds like I'm constantly bitching, pissing, and moaning that I'm not popular or anything like that. But I was like, I know it's it's like, and I'm sorry if I'm sorry if it seems like that. But there's parts like the frustrations like where I have to get it off my chest, and at this point where it's like I have caved to try to make everybody happy for too long, that now we're at the point where I need to make myself happy, even if that's stepping away from the channel for a bit, and even if that's changing what I play on the channel, even on the Twitch. Like, the Twitch, I don't want to completely give up on the PNG tubing and VTubing. I want to come back to that. Like, I want to do that because, like, there's so many, that opens up so many doors for meeting new people and collabs. Alex Fierro, Magnus Chase, Will Solis, Nico D'Angelo. I had whichever you decide, Turtle. But it's I've been on YouTube. I've had a YouTube channel for 8 years now, and it's time that I actually start caring about myself in this aspect. And like I said, I'm sorry if that seems selfish, but like we're at that point now. I have to start doing my own stuff. I'm still gonna try and talk to friends, and like we're still gonna go and hopefully I can do some stuff, like talk with Jerry more now than I ever have in like a week. But it's like I want to get out. I don't want to invite myself into collabs and stuff like that, so it's like, definitely if anybody is like gonna clip this and share it out with people, it's like, it's one where it's like I'd rather be asked to join a collab than just try and invite myself into somebody's collab. Because like there's a lot of people like who I do admire. It's like, yeah, I wouldn't mind like helping in a project or something like that if they needed people. I'm not gonna invite myself in there. Like, I know it's kind of an awkward thing to bring up, but yeah, the Discord server, if I do decide to close it, there will be a advance notice about it. And the only reason I'd probably close it is if I'm probably like on hiatus for like super extended period of time. to be honest. Like if I go on hiatus for, let's say, 6 months, I'll probably like close the Discord or something like that. If we're looking at like 4 months and I'm still not like streaming or anything like that, just because like at that point it's like the community by the time I come back is going to be completely either reset or changed, kind of, as far as active people showing up. So it's like I feel like that's probably the only reason at this point like where I would actively just close the Discord. I'm gonna head out. You have an amazing rest of streaming day. Next time you stream, I'll give my best to try and be there. No problem, Chunky. Thank you for stopping by and listening to me kind of rant and go over the last year or so. But it's like, yeah, if I close the Discord, it's probably just because like my stream will be inactive. Collabs. I do want to collab more. It's just a matter of meeting other people and branching out. But you know, games are gonna change after the hiatus. Like, don't be surprised if you catch me playing more Minecraft or Pokemon or Zelda, you know, stuff like that. Even if it makes no sense in your head or something like that, I'll probably there might be days where I'm just building creative on Minecraft for just no fucking reason. I might just be grinding on Genshin for no fucking reason. You know, it's definitely things are definitely going to change a little bit. So, and if it's not your cup of tea, or you know, because like, oh, I'm not streaming Fortnite constantly, or you're not playing Marvel Rivals, you know, or something like that, you're free to unsubscribe. I've fallen below 800 subs. At this point, I don't think I'm ever gonna hit 1,000. So, yeah, with all of that said, though, sometimes no fucking reason is a good thing. Yo, welcome in, also. But yeah, it's like, when I get back from hiatus, like I am gonna stream. I'm gonna stream more of what I want. I need to actually start caring about myself. I need to start caring about the games that I play, and I want to make sure I enjoy myself. And if you guys don't enjoy it, there are plenty of other streamers out there, and like I said, you're free to go wherever the winds take you. So yeah. So things are gonna change. I'm gonna be a little bit more selfish as far as stream content when I come back. And I really don't know what else to talk about now. So like we've talked about like where I thought things went wrong. You know, the few things I did right. But you know, things are gonna change a little bit. Hopefully for the better. And if not, as long as I'm happy, you know, hopefully that'll be all that matters. So, yeah. So it could be a few weeks, could be a few months. Hopefully it doesn't take like a freaking year for me to come back. There will probably be at least like maybe 1 or 2 streams during a hiatus, because I know like I'm gonna want to react to Pokemon Day. But other than that, like I'll probably still like play games like off when I'm not, well, like on my own time, or like I'll probably like stream a game in the Discord or something like that. But yeah, content's gonna be changing. There's probably, I don't know if I'll stream Fortnite again, just because I feel like that's off kilter of, you know, the Pokemon and the Genshin that I built my community off of. So, yeah. Well, this is awkward now, so, yeah. So basically, things are going to change. It's going to be a little bit more selfish. Games are probably going to change a little bit. And like I said on Discord, I am going to be at Emerald City Comic Con March 6th through 9th in Seattle. So if you're there, just let me know. I am okay meeting people as long as I get a heads up. And if you are a minor, I will not be meeting you unless you have a parent with you. I am not fucking risking anything. I do not want any... I don't want to have people try and think that I'm a Minecraft YouTuber so they can... So that obviously means there's... Well, there's dark jokes to be had there. But... Yeah. Also, I need to thank you for a big thing. That's okay. People don't have to thank me. It's alright. But yeah, I'm gonna probably still try and talk to some people, set some stuff up for later in the year, because like I want to get back to playing some games that I haven't gotten a chance to either play on the channel or haven't played in a long time, like Among Us. I'd love to play Among Us. It's been so long since I played Among Us. With that all said, yeah. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves. I might try to record a video kind of condensed talking about, you know, what's going on, where my head's at. Basically a condensed version of this stream. And we'll see if I can get that up in the next few days. Yeah, but take care of yourselves, and if this is the deal breaker or something like that, you know, have a great rest of your life, and you know, enjoy wherever the wind takes you. Be safe. If you plan on sticking around, thank you, and hopefully you guys can enjoy the content I put out from here on out. For helping you gain confidence, no problem. But yeah, that all said, have a great rest of your time of day, and I guess for some of you, bye bye for now.